Hello, Miss Beauty. This is gonna be my week 2 reflection. So this week I actually had a really good time completing the assignments that you had scheduled for us today, or this week, should I say. The first thing was social studies curriculum and teaching and the era of standardization. I actually really learned a lot here because for one thing, I wasn't aware that there was such a debate over the purpose or the way that social studies should be taught. So I thought that that was kind of interesting. I've always known social studies to be a subject per se, but I never realized all of the back end questions of how should we teach social studies, what is going to be the outcome or benefit for students learning social studies, which of course is to learn good citizenship, but then questions of how are they going to learn good citizenship and so forth. I also learned within the article or journal that was posted that there was also a debate on the subjects that would be taught in social studies. It originally started off with 3, and then I believe it was Barth who did that, and then after that, Martorella, she came up with 5 things, which was citizenship, transmission, social science, reflective inquiry, and then informed social criticism and personal development. But then after the standard-based education reform popped in, they then went and doubled that expectation or the themes within social studies to a more advanced curriculum for students. I started having an interest in teaching when Common Core standards were already implemented. I do remember as a younger student or hearing my teachers saying how upset they were that they were starting this and so forth, but I was so immature in the mind that I didn't know what they were talking about. I just knew that they were not happy. But I can actually see the benefits in the application of Common Core standards. One, it raises the level or expectation level for both the teacher and the student, which makes the teaching more effective, or it will pretty much give incentive for the teacher to be more effective in the classroom, as well as when they conduct their assessments and things like this, they have the opportunity to identify issues within their teaching, because maybe it's an issue within their own way of presenting that topic and so forth, wherein their students all bombed the exam and then got better than after if they saw that, and then they have the opportunity to go back and reteach that so that they can do well on their high stakes exams. So I don't know. I've always lived with it as far as whenever I was, when I decided that I wanted to go into teaching. So I guess you can't hate what you never, I've never experienced when you could just do whatever. There have always been standards, and I like that because as a substitute teacher, when we are guided to, or if you have something come up where you have to build a lesson plan and you look in to see what they're doing, the first thing I do is go online to Wiki Teacher or something and look up the standards and then create some type of lesson or something around that standard to make it where it's meaningful to the student. And then let's see, what else did we talk about? The second activity was us going to, or you provided us the information on, let's see what it is, the PEAXIS elementary education for the social studies subtest. I did not do well on this test. I thought it was going to be more of like geography I knew there was going to be history, but I never really took too many history classes. Only, I mean, I got out of it by taking social or poli sci, which was a one semester, or taking it for that semester, and I have not taken a history and or oh, actually, I did take geography, but that was a while back. So, and I do remember those things, but the other things, oh my gosh, or goodness, like the anthropology and um, economics, things like this, I just really, truly am not familiar. But I have purchased a uh, Praxis 2 study guide, and I am working on it or the social study segment of that as I'm taking this course. That way, maybe I can find ways to bring the two together, especially on topics that you're talking about, as well as topics that are found within that book. So, and then, yes, last but not least, the Praxis Elementary Subtest Study Plan. I gave myself a lot of ones and twos. I think I gave myself only 1 5 for this portion of your assessment for us, or the subtest um, study plan. So I only gave myself like 1 5. So I have a lot of work to do. But good thing it's the beginning of the semester, and yeah, I'm still excited. I know that if I work hard, I'll be able to get that up where I have more 4s and 5s, hopefully more 5s than 4s. And yes, this is my discussion. Let me make sure that I've covered everything. Yep, I think I covered everything. As far as questions for the course, I looked ahead to week 3, and I just saw that we would be doing everything in class. I want to make sure I come fully prepared, so I just want to make sure there wasn't any additional readings or anything that we needed to cover prior to arriving to class. So yeah, let me know. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you next week.